How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today, I'm going to be talking about the greatest origin story of a superhero ever put to screen, that being Batman Begins. Not only will I be talking about this film, but I will be talking about its core theme, fear. More specifically, what fear does to a hero. I'm going to be exploring Bruce Wayne's journey and his struggles with fear throughout this film. So without further ado, let's begin. In Batman Begins, Bruce Wayne's story starts with him falling into a hole filled with bats, which are his original fear as a child. As the bats swarm young Bruce, he is petrified. Eventually, Bruce's father, Thomas, comes and rescues him. Later into the film, Bruce and his family go to a theater. While watching the performance, Bruce begins to have flashbacks of his experience with the bats in the cave he had fallen into. He gets so uncomfortable to the point where he needs to leave. He asks his parents to go, and they exit the theater. In the alleyway, a man suddenly aims a gun at Bruce and his parents. This man wants Thomas's wallet and Martha's pearl necklace. This man is also unstable, so sadly, he gets trigger happy and shoots Thomas and Martha. He then runs off, leaving Bruce alone. Just before Thomas is about to die, he whispers something to Bruce. "Don't be afraid," he tells him. Thomas then dies. These three words stick with Bruce for the rest of his life and is what ultimately makes him become Batman. Years later, when Joe Chill, the man who killed Bruce's parents, is leaving his court hearing, Bruce decides to bring a gun and kill him. The fear of him becoming a free man again hurts Bruce severely. With Joe Chill out of the picture, his fear could be lessened. As Bruce is about to do it, someone else shoots Joe. In this moment, Bruce realizes how wrong he was to think of even doing such a thing. He throws the gun in a bay. This fear would never have left him even after killing Joe. Bruce knows this now. A few more years pass and Bruce decides to leave Gotham to become something else, a better version of himself. Someone who isn't afraid. Someone who turns fear against those who prey on the fearful. Eventually, he meets Ra's al Ghul, who shows him how to fight injustice. While training with Ra's al Ghul, Bruce experiences a nightmarish fever dream occurring from the flowers the League of Shadows have collected. Bruce feels fear once more. Though eventually this feeling passes. After years of training, Bruce eventually leaves the League of Shadows and goes back to Gotham City. He believes he is no longer fearful. He can accept his fears and become a symbol. Something terrifying to others. So what is this symbol? Well, a bat. Bruce becomes Batman. Now that Bruce feels that he can no longer be afraid, he starts to defend Gotham from crime and truly begins to turn fear on the ones who prey on the fearful. Eventually, Bruce runs into Scarecrow, a villain who creates fear toxins that excrete from his mask, causing horrifying hallucinations. Bruce is in his best mindset in years and feels as if he is practically unstoppable. Then after his first encounter with Scarecrow's fear toxins, he realizes that, well, he still can be afraid. That his fear from the very beginning has never really left him. Throughout the rest of the film, Bruce struggles with Scarecrow. He is back right where he started. Fear controls Bruce's every move. Ra's al Ghul also reappears in this film, who taunts Bruce about who he used to be. However, Bruce eventually remembers what being Batman truly means. Batman isn't just a man, he is a symbol. A symbol to show others they don't need to be afraid. A symbol to show others they can stand up and fight back. A symbol to show others they can be strong. Bruce is no longer who he used to be. He's not a scared child anymore. He is something greater than that. He is the goddamned Batman. Batman knows what needs to be done and goes after Scarecrow and Ra's. Batman rises above his fear, but just because he does so doesn't mean it entirely goes away. You see, Batman is always fearful. Fearful about his city, his loved ones such as Rachel, Alfred, and James Gordon, though just because he is doesn't mean that fear gets to destroy him and stop him from doing the right thing. In order to be brave, you need to be fearful. Bruce realizes this in Batman Begins. At the end of the film, Bruce has embraced his darkness and fears. He relishes in them even. This causes him to shrink as Bruce and grow as the Batman. This film shows the turning point of who is really the person wearing the mask. Is it Batman or is it Bruce? And at the end of the film, we learn Bruce is the fake life, the life where fears can still sneak in. However, Batman is the real life. He is capable of embracing his fears. So what does fear do to a hero? Well, all sorts of things. But mainly it causes motivation. Motivation to do the right thing. To become the right thing. To save the day. Batman isn't viewed as a hero in Batman Begins. He is a vigilante. Someone who believes they're above the law. But Bruce doesn't see himself as either of those things. Bruce just sees himself as Batman. Someone who was broken as a child, had lost so much, yet understood the position he was in, what he was capable of. He knew how to unleash his true potential, to use the fear he harnessed against the ones who make others fearful. That is what fear does to a hero. Stay tuned for part 2.